audio.com. Right now, I need you guys to get real loud for the very funny Zach Peterson!
One time for Ricky, please. This has been great. This has been fun. There we go. I'm thrilled to be here. I've been traveling a lot. You know, I love being in Chicago, and a lot of times I go to places that I do not like being. I get a lot of Ames, Iowa situations. A place where I don't know anyone, so I just go to the mall and I wander. And I've learned something from going to the mall. There's still a shitload of Sears open, you know that? You guys know Sears, right? Yeah, it's like Target, but without the things you want. You should be able to smoke in a Sears. Just walk in. Does that thing make hot dogs? Sir, that's a dishwasher. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I like going to Sears because I feel like when I'm there, I'm doing something good for the community. Like I got these jeans from Sears. They're rescues. Sears is only open because of a bet, right? Like someone's like, I bet you can't sell slacks next to table saws for 100 years. And another guy was like, yeah, I bet you I can, Roebuck. I make fun of Sears mostly because it's very easy. But here's the thing, Sears used to be the shit, right? Sears was the store. Before Target, before Walmart, there was Sears. The biggest building in the world was the Sears Tower. Yeah, but things have changed. Now Sears is attached to a bunch of malls where everything is boarded up besides for one store. And that store is just two guys with ponytails selling each other swords. Get up for Facebook real quick. Not really? I understand. Yeah. That makes sense. I always say that and no one really does because no one actually likes Facebook, but everyone's on it. It's like a shitty addiction, you know. It's not a cool addiction like pills. That's when you get to take all those pills. It's a shitty addiction. We have to watch dorks argue about Ant-Man. It fucking sucks. But even me complaining about Facebook is stupid because my Facebook is my fault. I requested the friendship of every single person on there. I didn't go to a Facebook dealership and get the wrong one. This is my fault. Right? And people complain about Facebook like it's not their fault, like it's Facebook's fault that they don't like it. No one complains about other means of communications the way they complain about Facebook. No one ever complains about the phone the way they complain about Facebook. No one ever goes, man, I fucking hate the phone! Every time I get on the phone, people are shitty to each other, and a lot of people are racists. I was like, well, who the fuck are you calling? I don't know, just like everyone I ever met. It makes sense that Facebook sucks, though. It's from a hostile place. Because for the first time in human history, we're all sharing the same space. And we have to agree on what reality is. And it's not going well. We can't agree on anything. The only thing we can agree on is that, yeah, we like when animals do things that people do. That's it. And that's what this last election really got me thinking about how many different realities we all share, right? Because there's no objective reality anymore. There's no objective news source that we all go, yeah, that's right. It's all splintered, it's all weird. And I don't even know what the right news source is, what real news is. It's so hard to understand, right? But if I had to choose one, it would be small town local news. Right? Like, Topeka, Fox 38. Your first news is 6:30, that one. Because they don't have an agenda. Because 6 people work there. 2 of the people live there. And the weatherman's only the weatherman because when he was a kid, he got sucked up by a twister, and now he has visions. No one's calling that place up going, you're gonna have to skew this one for the Democrats. Because they're gonna be like, we can't, Dan left. And he's the only one who knows how to use the printer. Watching corporate news, it seems like such a different reality, right? It doesn't seem like you exist in the same place because everyone's like perfect, everyone looks perfect, everyone has perfect hair and teeth, you know what I mean? Yeah, like if you told me Anderson Cooper lived in an egg in space, I'd be like, yeah, sure, he does. But I guess the alternative is having the news being told by someone who shares my reality, which means just a guy who looks like he's gonna lose his job if he misses the bus again. I think my favorite part of the small town local news is the human interest story at the end. You guys know the human interest story? It's like the puff piece at the end of the news that seems like it's written by a 14-year-old that just discovered puns. Yeah. It's like, we're here at the park today with Tim Benson. He's making no bones about turning his dog into a Wi-Fi hotspot. What the fuck is that? What is that? That's not news. Why is this on the news? I figured out what it is a palate cleanser. To make you forget you were watching the news. Because the rest of the news is like, everything's on fire, everything's terrible. It's like, hey, you know what? Look, here's a donkey playing soccer. It's like, hell yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna have a good weekend. What is that, an elephant that paints? All right, now I forgot about all those neo-Nazis. Good. Speaking of the news, I like horror movies. A lot. You want to hear like horror? Okay, cool, I got my question. All right, yeah, more people, great. I love it. Yeah, I like horror movies, and sometimes I say like a little pushback. Like some people are like, oh no, this guy likes gore and violence and blood. That's not true. What I like is a tense situation at a distance. Because in real life, no way. If I'm watching some guy who's like, ha ha, that guy's in a dilly of a pickle, yeah. And I have red vines for a nice Friday. I'm enjoying myself. And I have friends that won't watch horror movies with me. They simply won't watch horror movies with me because they're afraid of horror movies. And here's something you may or may not know. Horror movies are not real. It's true, yeah. And one time, I had someone disagree with me so much at a show, they came up after the show and they gave me a piece of paper with the location of a cave where they said a witch lived. You ever do such a poor job at your job that someone tries to get you murdered by a witch? Just me? All right. But horror movies aren't real, and I can prove you to 2 simple questions, all right? Question number 1. Anyone here familiar with an important amulet? Question number 2. Anyone here familiar with just a regular amulet? All right, horror movies aren't real. Cool. Also, you and I don't have to worry about that because you and I are smart enough to not get in those situations, right? Because you and I are smart enough to listen to old men at gas stations. If some guy's like, don't go to the lake! Oh, God, that's where those kids die. You look at his face and you go, God damn, that's a shitty face. I'm not going to the lake. And then you survive. It's like, haunted batting cages. They were built on top of Native American batting cages. I use every part of the batting cage. Now listen, I don't know if ghosts are real, right? I still eat shrimp from Target. Got a lot going on. But if ghosts are real, fuck those guys. They're so entitled, right? I didn't want to get murdered. No one wants to get murdered. Get out of my house. Oh, but I have unfinished business. All right, doesn't mean you can slam my door at 3 a.m. because you didn't finish all your puzzles. Like, only shitty people become ghosts. No one cool has ever died and became a cool-ass ghost. It simply doesn't happen. That's why fucked up places like prisons are haunted, not someplace cool like Target, right? Like my grandmother's not a ghost. She passed away. You know why she's not a ghost? Because she's considerate. Because she's wonderful. But if she was a ghost, she'd simply just be the best ghost. Oh, I feel a presence. It smells delicious, and I feel loved. And there's a check on the table for $6! Thank you for your time, guys.